can see the shape of the mountain before King Herod actually took a mountain. This would be the city of David, and this is Mount Moriah. Here would be the Mount of Olives, and this is Mount Zion. And actually, to start with, when we speak of Mount Moriah, 3,800 years ago, Abraham led his son Isaac to go here to that place. This was sanctified to the Jews ever since. After that, things started changing on this mountain. And the big change was when Solomon was, actually to start with David, built a granary that was here, the Araunah was the Jebusite guy that actually lived in Jebus, but later came to be known as Jerusalem. And David bought from him the summit, the top of the hill, and he wanted to build a temple to God at a place where Abraham offered Isaac 800 years before that. And God prevented him from doing that, saying his hands were too bloody with the sins and the killings and the wars, and that will be the work of his son, Solomon. Solomon actually built the first temple on this mountain, a temple that was built from cedar woods that were imported from Lebanon to give Hiram, the king of Tyre. But it was basically the same mountain. But from that time on, it started being known by the name the Temple Mount instead of Mount Moriah. This temple stood for 400 years until under Babylon, this temple was demolished by Nebuchadnezzar when the Jews went to the exile. The place had been left desolated. Here started coming the changes. Herod started shaving the mountain, and he made it into a huge rectangular. This is the outline of the Temple Mount today. Instead of the humble Solomonic temple, now was built here Herod's temple. And, okay, you can see how Herod did it. He actually designed, after making it a rectangular, 550 meters long, 350 meters wide, he actually built a retaining wall and a podium on which he put that temple. This is what it looked at the time of King Herod. Now, the Wailing Wall that you now visited and you want to visit again is part of that retaining wall. Here. It's not the Holy of the Holies. The Holy of the Holies was gone. The temple itself was gone. And 690 years later, thank you very much, the Muslims that came here replaced the temple. In this place there was nothing for 600 years with the Dome of the Rock that stands here today. That's the Golden Dome. And here you have the Mosque of Al-Aqsa. This is how it's done. Today, since that time, at the year 70, this temple was demolished, the second temple of Herod was demolished, and Jews started praying here in the area which is known as the Wailing Wall of the Jews. This is why you have two names, the Western Wall and the Wailing Wall. The Wailing Wall is a portion of 70 meters out of the 550 meters. Where are the rest of the meters? There are today the tunnel. They are visible in the tunnel that we are now going to go. Today the whole area here is the area with the Muslim quarter, and we walk in a tunnel under this. Herod's temple had an annex which is called the Antonia. You saw it yesterday. And this is where Jesus was tried for Pontius Pilate, and from here we went either this way, as Catholics believe, to the Holy Sepulchre, or this way, to the Garden Tomb. If we're going to see both. So the Via Dolorosa itself is a concept that was developed only in the Middle Ages by Roman Catholic pilgrims from France and Spain and Italy. But, you know, today, in the last 160 years, the belief here that only the Praetorium, the Antonia fortress that was here, is relevant. This is where Jesus was tried and convicted and condemned. And from here, Jesus went this way without all the 14 stations of the cross, that is a Catholic tradition. And he went to the Garden Tomb, which is a place north of Damascus Gate of today, here. That's the story, and I'm trying to relate it. Now, this is too complicated, but I want to take you through part of the tour. I want to allow you time and Wailing Wall, and I want you to understand what it is and what are the meaning of the different names. Mountain Moriah, Temple Mount, Western Wall, Wailing Wall. Later on, I will explain to you kind of funny names like the Dung Gate that we went through to start the tour. And this is the situation. For the last 1,300 years, we have here a Muslim shrine because they believe, the Muslims, that Muhammad ascended from the rock under this dome, which is the rock of the Holy of the Holies and the altar of Abraham. Muhammad, according to the Islamic belief, ascended to heaven. Here we face the political problem of the conflict over this holy, sensitive place. Now, Herod built a great building. It was all attempts to gain the affection of the Jewish people, which he failed to get. And I think it's time for us, if you don't have any questions about it, to start the tour, because I want you to understand, by watching the people at the Wailing Wall, what is the concept behind this belief. Even though this was destroyed, the house of God was destroyed, Jews believe, Christians believe it too today, that God's Spirit never left his house, and Jews are gathering there, wailing, mourning, to ask God, to plead to God to restore back the beautiful building that we once lived in. We will walk. Do you have any questions regarding
No.
the eye?
What's your head? What's your head?
Wow. It just goes everywhere.
Yeah. Do we have everyone? I don't want to start counting every time we stop. But guys, hurry up and join us. Look at this diagram of Herod's temple. Reminder, the second temple, the big rectangle. This would be the Holy of the Holies, or the temple itself. This is the retaining wall, the rectangular that Herod built. This is the southern area. The southern steps are here. This area was called the Royal Portico. That was open for everyone, for Gentiles and everyone else. Beyond the fence that you see here, towards the temple, only Jews could enter. This is the western wall. This is the Wailing Wall. Now you see this darkened area or highlighted area, whatever name, is the Wailing Wall, the area where we pray. Can you see it from there? All right. This is the Antonia, the Praetorium, where Jesus was tried before Pontius Pilate and walked either here or there. Actually, there is no doubt. Here you have something I'll show you when we come out again to the Wailing Wall. There is a big staircase leading from the Herodian street into the Royal Portico. This huge staircase, of which only a small sticking stone remained, which is known today by the name Robinson's Arch. We are standing under an arch which is called Wilson's Arch. We are going to the city of David. We're going to enter Warren Shaft. What are all these names? These are names of mostly American and British people who came here in the 19th century, and they, unable to dig, they looked at the thing they could see and they analyzed what they could be. And in most cases they were right, only they could not verify their conclusions because the Ottomans would not let them dig. So Wilson Arch is one of the entrances to the temple from the west. And this here is the supporting arch. And if you look down, you can see further layers that belong to the time of Herod's time. We are now standing on the level of the Middle Ages. So this is a Roman arch, but it stood here to the Middle Ages to support what was built later, the Muslim quarter above our head. We walk now, and I want to show you the biggest stone that was found in the retaining wall of the temple. One stone that weighs 570 pounds.
Wow.
I knew since we were going.
This way.
Guys, please come here. I need 2 strong volunteers.
You pick the stone up?
Oh, not to pick the stone, but to show the people where are the 2 edges of the stone. Okay, so you walk there, beyond the layer, touch the area where the stone ends. Okay, stand here, and Roger, you walk there until you get to the end of that stone. Right here, you see the crack separating it. Okay, guys, come here. The whole idea is that you will see what I want to show you now. I don't want to keep these people hanging out there. you the two edges of that one stone, the one biggest stone that was found in all the walls of the temple. We are now toward the western wall, the wailing wall is there. Can you see? Guys, come here, otherwise you see only part of the stone. If you want to take it, over there, 570 tons. In the corners of the temple, we will see later when we get to the southern steps. Not today, but one of the days, maybe today, I don't know how the things are changing without any alert. But the idea is that you will see at the southern steps the corner, the pinnacle, the area of the southwestern corner of the temple over there, and in the southeastern corner as well, are stones that weigh up to 150. Still one like that, one like that. All this kind of masonry. When you put things this way in the angle, by the way, no cement whatsoever was used to build the temple. Stone. Just the weight of the stone stabilized one layer upon the other. Look at this. This is put over this. And we are standing like 7 layers above the Roman street, the Herodian street, down below. The same thing at the Wailing Wall. You will see the place where you are approaching the stones of the Wailing Wall, where people are putting the prayers, is 7 layers above the street. Now, in order to stabilize it, every layer retreats an inch compared to the one below it. When we will walk this direction along the western wall stones, you will see that every stone has an inch inward compared to the layer below it. So actually, it's a pyramid. It's not a pyramid with a, what you call it, sharpened edge. It is flat on top. It's a podium. But to stabilize the whole thing, this is here, is an inch or a little less than an inch compared to the one above it. And no cement is used. I know you want to ask what are these holes? These holes represent a later time when people built shafts along the wall and they stuck in wooden beams to support the buildings or the shacks they built. So this is the remnant today. This is used as a cage to put your prayers inside. We will be walking, and as you walk, you will see the inch retreat of one layer compared to the one below. Let's go. This is it. Oh, I'm sorry, this is where that stone ended. This is very clear here. You can see this is the lower layer, this is the upper layer. 1 inch in. And the marginal lines, the frame, the margins around the stones is the, how do you call it, the trademark of King Herod. This is how you identify everywhere you walk around this country. And you see stones, beautifully polished, with margins around it, Herodian stone. The area of the Holy of the Holies, it is called, named after Charles Warren, the same British guy that after whom the Warren chef in the city of David is named. Please come here So you can hear me. Come closer. Guys, I'm speaking here, and whoever hears me, if the people back there cannot hear me pass them this information, we are standing where I'm standing now. You can say we are standing in His presence in holy ground. We are now at that point opposite the Holy of Holies. This is why the ladies are standing here and moving. Not the wailing wall where everyone goes. This place is the place opposite the Holy of Holies. If you would go, if you would be able to go, which we are unable unfortunately, it is sealed today, but that will get you exactly opposite where the high priest was standing and doing the sacrifice. Can you hear me now? Yes? I'm not sure the people back there, I'm not seeing the head of nodded. You hear? Good. So stand here and walk slowly and quietly by the ladies, pray, and we will walk on. Okay. Guys, who can hear me? I'm looking back. Raise your hands. Way back. No one hears me? Okay, so the people, I would say the 10, 15 people that can hear me, please pass this information on after I'm done talking. At the place where I'm standing and now I'm moving back, you will do it after you look down at the plexiglass transparent floor. You can see some of the fallen layers that are below where we are. Now remember, this goes on and on and on, and it's the same. There is no point because we are going to bump into groups that will come this way. What is relevant is the western wall. The wall on your right side. Forget about, don't look at the wall above your head and the wall on your left side. This is just a concrete which is supporting all the modern layers above us. I want you to look down through the transparent glass to the fallen layers of the temple that, it is say, the Roman soldiers pushed, and then turn, make a U-turn after me, and we're getting back to the Wailing Wall.
Do we walk across into it?
No. You can walk across to take a picture and then clear the road for other people to do the same. From that point, after you take pictures down below, you turn back and follow me.
Hey, sister.
Scared?
Smile, everybody.
Okay, what's the cistern for it? Filled with water.
Smile, everybody. I'm getting you in your best light.
You were supposed to stay with me.
How many years ago did you move out of